Hi, my name is Phil Anderson, and I'm running for United States Senate to represent the great state of Wisconsin. Tonight, I've got a little bit of a thought experiment for you. Let's imagine that the United States is just one big penal colony, one big place where prisoners live. And within this penal colony, we're free to move around to a certain extent, but for most things, we need permissions. For example, to fly from one part of the penal colony to the other, we need special permission and possibly inspection of our things and our persons. We need permits to conduct certain kinds of activities. We don't really own the things that we have in our possession. If we borrowed to get them, then somebody else actually owns them. We don't have the right to dispose of them as we please. Then we live under this system where it seems as if we own things, but because we either borrowed to pay for them or because they're intensely regulated, that we don't really own them in the sense that we can dispose of them as we choose. Let's say that's the situation that we're living in now. The United States is a penal colony. And there are guards, right? In every penal colony, there are guards. And in this analogy, the guards would be the United States government and its possible use of coercive force to keep us obeying these rules and regulations. So if somebody were to want to, in this situation, if somebody were to want to escape the power of this coercive force, escape prosecution by the guards, escape notice, to get certain special privileges, what exactly would they do? Well, like in other prisons, you would probably find a way to get the guards to look the other way, to slip them some money or some special favors, to find something that's of value to them, like possibly continuing to keep their job as a guard at a very high rate of pay. And even if they retire being a prison guard, they get to receive a pension through the rest of their life. You find some sort of way to make it worthwhile for the guard to give certain prisoners special favors or relief from regulations and laws. Well, this is kind of analogous, and there's probably lots of ways we could explore this thought experiment, but what I'm talking about is campaign finance reform. Now, a lot of people propose campaign finance reform to mean we should stop letting entities, whether they're PACs or special interest groups, unions, whatever, give money to politicians. But the fact that the politicians have so much control over us, being our prison guards, mean that there's always going to be a way for them to be bribed, always a way for them to be influenced. So really the only way to escape this is to get rid of the prison in the first place. So my point is that the only way to escape the corruption of government is not to try and separate those who would like to corrupt it from the instruments of corruption, and that would be our government and its agencies, but to get rid of the power of the government altogether, to make it as minimum as possible, so that there's no real reason. We're all free. We're all disposing of our own goods as we choose. We're all living our lives as we choose, as long as we're respecting the rights of others to do the same. In that case, there would be no need for bribing and corrupting public officials, so there wouldn't be a campaign finance issue in the first place. We'd all be living freely, as free people, caring for each other, taking care of each other, and being respectful of each other's persons and property. So I thank you for listening, and stay tuned. We'll talk again tomorrow about something else. Have a good night.